welcome to another contest in the 2025 edition of the Connect Western Best Brains CWBB. This is the 5th edition, and the 5th edition is proudly powered by Best Brain Publications Limited. The CWBB is also sponsored by Des Technology Limited. Our supporters are Kwanzaa Motors, Keep It Fresh Cold Store, Sweet Endings, Queen's Crafts and more, HM Hotel, Cars Company Limited, and First Samuel Enterprise. We are partnered by the Ghana Education Service, GES, Ghana Secondary Technical School, GSTS, and Isaiah Fashion. Isaiah Fashion have beautifully clothed me for the entirety of the 2025 edition of the CWBB. My name is Albert Ababiu. Today, we have 3 schools who are all very keen, seeking to pick a ticket to the semi-final. Woodbridge Methodist JHS, Tessark International School, and Christ the King Methodist JHS, who have been given a second chance out of the 2 previous contests done. They were the losing school with the highest mark. I will go over to the contestants for them to introduce themselves. To my immediate left is Christ the King Methodist JHS, and they are represented by
Gadiel Williams, Basic 9.
And the free Basawansa, Grade 8.
Gadiel and Efrie Basau Ansa, you are welcome. Tessark International School is represented by
George Afezi Hayford.
Papa Kwekudolu.
George and Papa Kweku, you are also most welcome.
Thank you.
And then finally to Woode Methodist JHS.
Nicholas Akon, Basic 9.
John Stevens Yankee, final year.
So Woode Memorial Methodist JHS, Tessark International School, and Christ the King JHS. You are most welcome. I wish you all the best. This competition will come to you in 4 rounds. In round 1, we'll have questions from social studies and English. Round 2, science, integrated science for that matter. Round 3, mathematics, and then round 4 is the Best Brain Publications Power Round, general knowledge or current affairs. We will start with round 1. English language and social studies. Unless otherwise stated, you have 10 seconds within which to give an answer. 1 attempt only. So think through your answers you want to provide and give. For a major question, 3 points. For a bonus question answered correctly, 1 point. Tossing at the first attempt, 4 points. Second attempt, 3 points. And third attempt, 2 points. Let's hear the sound of your bell so we won't have any controversies when we start. Woode Memorial Methodist JHS, Tessark International School, Christ the King. We are good to go. Preamble. I will start with you, Christ the King Methodist JHS. First, a preamble to all schools. Change the following from direct speech to indirect speech. Change the following from direct speech to indirect speech. Yours, Christ the King. I will call you tomorrow, she said.
She said that she would call him tomorrow.
That is correct. Tessark International School. He exclaimed, I have never seen such a beautiful sunset.
He exclaimed that he has never seen such a beautiful sunset.
That is correct. Woode Memorial Methodist JHS. They stated, we are planning a trip next month. They stated, we are planning a trip next month.
They said that they are planning a trip next month.
No. For a bonus. Christ the King.
They said that they were planning a trip next month.
Come again.
They said that they were planning a trip next month.
That is correct. The next set. Select one word from the list of 4 words which has a similar meaning to these 3 words. So I'll give you 3 words. And then I'll give you 4 words. Out of the 4 words, pick one that has a similar meaning to the 3 words that I'll give you. Did you get the preamble? So the 3 words are Christ the King, abandon, desert, forsake. Abandon, desert, forsake. The 4 words, live, cherish, maintain, protect.
Leave.
Leave is correct. Tessark International. Joyful, elated, jubilant. Joyful, elated, jubilant. The 4 words, sad, happy, angry, indifferent.
Happy.
Happy is correct. Woode Memorial. Fragile, delicate, brittle. Fragile, delicate, brittle. The words, steady, weak, strong, firm.
Weak.
Weak is correct. So, toss in a preamble for the first 2 questions. Same preamble for the first 2 questions. The preamble. The following words represent a definite number. The following words represent a definite number. Single, couple, brace, pair, dozen, score, gross. Single, couple, brace, pair, dozen, score, gross. Place the words in the phrases best suited to their use. Place the words in the phrases best suited to their use. The first one, are you ready? The first one, a dash of eggs. A dash of eggs. Christ the King.
A dozen of eggs.
That is correct. The next one, a dash of houses. Christ the King.
A score of houses.
No. Tessark.
A gross of
No. A couple of houses. The final one. If a number of sheep together is called a flock, what name is given to a number of bees? Christ the King.
A swarm of bees.
A swarm of bees. Social studies. Christ the King. What is the actual reason for having skills in map work?
The actual reason for having skills in a map is to make a smaller representation of the actual distance on the map to the distance on the ground.
Say it again.
The actual reason why skills are used in mapping is to make a smaller distance of the actual distance on the ground to the distance on the map.
That is correct. So to know the relationship between the distances on a map and the actual distances on the ground, and essentially you gave me that. Tessark, briefly state the purpose of the secondary division on a linear scale.
The secondary division also shows the relationship between the distance measured on the map and actual distance, where the secondary division is in a form of a fraction.
That is correct. So it helps to read measurements taken in fractions, and your explanation is in tandem with that. Woode Memorial. At what point can we describe a drawing of the whole or part of the surface of the earth as a sketch?
When it's not drawn to scale.
That is correct. Christ the King. Under environmental issues, the interaction or relationship among community members, including family and friends, is referred to as
Social community.
Social environment.
What did you say at first?
Social community.
Social,
Community.
not social community.
Social environment.
Social environment is correct. Tessark. Amma, a basic 6 student of a private school, keeps washing her clothes along the banks of the river in her village. How would you describe her actions?
She is polluting the water bodies or water pollution.
That is correct. Woode Memorial. The act of ensuring the provision of facilities and services for the safe disposal of waste to improve hygienic conditions has a term. What term is that?
Waste management.
Not waste management, Tessark.
Sanitation.
Sanitation is correct. We have 3 tossing questions. The first one. Important features on a map. Tessark.
Conventional signs.
That's correct. So it was a good guess. It was a good guess because it could mean anything. Important features on a map are always represented using conventional signs. The next one. The direction of the wind can always, Christ the King.
Wind vane.
That is correct. Can always be detected using wind vane. In which central regional town was the UGCC formed?
Salt pond.
Correct. And that brings us to the end of round 1.
Best Brain Publication is an educational publishing firm with an in-depth knowledge in the new standard-based curriculum. We deliver quality content by investing in authorial skills and editorial refinement. Our team of experts have meticulously developed books in all subject areas.
Yes, I did it!
Dudu, how did you do it?
I used the best way book to connect the computer.
Oh, that's my boy!
All our books rest on 6 broad core skills: creativity and imagination, student leadership, citizenship, critical thinking and problem solving, digital literacy, collaboration and communication. For preschool, we have literacy, numeracy, phonics and writing. For kindergarten, we have literacy, numeracy, our world and our people, creative arts, phonics, writing, and picture reading. For basic 1 to 6, we have mathematics, science, English, our world and our people, computing, history, religious and moral education, creative arts, Asante Chi and Equiapim Chi. For basic 7, 8, and 9, we have mathematics, science, religious and moral education, social studies, creative arts, career technology, and computing. And we also have questions and answers for all subjects. We have provided links and QR codes under the various topics in our books to link to the world and find out what other people are also learning. Contact us on 0507 200 200. Best Brain Publication. Tomorrow's education today.
Back from the commercial break. You're still watching the Connect Western Best Brain CWBB 2025 edition. At the end of round 1, here are the scores. Woode Memorial Methodist JHS, 9 points. Christ the King Methodist JHS, 27 points. Tessark International School, 28 points. Contestants, round 2 for integrated science. You have 10 seconds to give an answer for a lot of the questions I have here. When it's more than 10 seconds that is required, I'll let you know. In this round, it is divided into 3 parts, where you answer your main questions, and then the tossing where questions are thrown to all schools at the same time, simultaneously, for that matter, and then the desk technologies practical round. Tessark, I will start with you. But as a preamble to all schools, give the multiple of the following prefixes. Give the multiple of the following prefixes. Yours, Tessark. Centi.
10 exponent negative 2.
Correct. Woode Memorial Methodist. Jika or Giga.
10 exponent 9.
10 exponent
9.
Correct. And then yours, Christ the King. Desi.
10 exponent negative 4.
No. Tessark.
10 exponent negative 1.
10 exponent negative 1. Preamble to all schools. An alloy is a uniform mixture of 2 or more different metals. An alloy is a uniform mixture of 2 or more different metals. Give the constituents or metals that make up the following alloys. Yours, Tessark. Brass.
Copper and zinc.
Copper
And zinc.
Correct. Woode Memorial. Bronze.
Copper and iron.
I'm not rude. Why are you people ringing? Give me an answer.
Copper and iron.
Copper and
Iron.
no.
Copper
Christ the
and
King.
tin. Copper and tin.
Copper and tin is correct. Christ the King. Steel.
Iron and carbon.
Correct. Preamble. Preamble. Give the name of the farming system I'm going to describe. Tessark. In this farming system, the farmer grows 2 or more types of crops on the same piece of land at the same time.
Mixed cropping.
So mixed farming, mixed cropping, I will accept that. Woode Memorial. In this system of farming, different types of crops are grown on the same piece of land in definite order or cycle of sequence or season after season.
Crop rotation.
Correct. Wood. Christ the King. In this system of farming, the farmer cultivates on a piece of land for some time. In this system of farming, the farmer cultivates on a piece of land for some time and leaves it to cultivate on a new land when the fertility of the soil is lost.
Land rotation.
That is correct. For this particular set, I come to you, give me one, and then I go to the other schools. Preamble. Name one living organism that can be found in the soil. Tessark.
Centipede. Centipede.
That is correct. Wood Memorial.
Earthworm. Earthworm.
What?
Earthworm.
Earthworm. That is correct. And Christ the King.
Millipede.
Millipede is correct. Toss in. What is the formula for sulfuric acid? I heard the bell of Tessark first. Tessark, come on.
Capital H, subscript 2, capital S, capital O, subscript 4.
That is correct. The next one. What name is given to the tiny air sacs in the lungs? Christ the King.
Alveoli.
That is correct. What name is given to crop plants which complete their life cycle in 2 seasons?
Biennial crops.
That is correct. What name is in fishes? What name is given to the respiratory organ? Tessark.
Gills.
Gills is correct. Which gas forms the largest composition of the atmosphere? Tessark.
Hydrogen.
Is that?
Hydrogen.
Not hydrogen.
Nitrogen.
Christ the King.
Nitrogen.
Nitrogen is correct. And that brings us to the end of the second part of the science round. We'll go for a commercial break. We'll be back with the Desk Technologies practical round.
What are the best private schools in Ghana? Well, one thing is for sure. The best schools pay attention to practical science education. Over the years, Dex Technology Limited has been the official science equipment provider for Ghana's best international and local private schools. Our award-winning science set is designed to provide every material needed for science experiments while enabling a superior, personalized learning experience for students. How is science taught at your school? Contact Dex Technology on 0246 310 704 to find out how we can help you to provide 21st century science education. Visit www.thescienceset.com today to see our list of Ghana's best private schools. Dex Technology Limited. Practical science is now practical.
Let's go through the preamble, the task, and related questions. In the Desk Technologies practical round, we will test your appreciation of the science theories you learn in class. So let's go through the problem. You are provided with multicolored LED, battery holders, 3-way switch, rheostat 33 ampere rulers, tissue paper, 2 1.5V batteries, and connecting wires. Task 1. Construct a circuit using the right components from the materials above. 2. In the completed circuit, Close switch 1, leaving switches 2 and 3 open. Note down your observation. 3. Close switch 2, leaving switches 1 and 3 open. Note down your observations. 4. Close switch 3, leaving switches 1 and 2 open. Note down your observations. 5. Close switch 1 and 2, leaving switch 3 open. Note down your observation. And then 6. Close switch 1 and 3, leaving switch 2 open. Note down your observations. Let's flip over our sheets and go through the questions. 1. What accounted for the observation in task 2, 3, and 4? 2. What accounted for the observations in task 5 and 6? 3. What is the real-world application of the circuit built in the related task above? Contestants, you can start work. You have 15 minutes to complete. You are welcome back from the commercial break. We've gone through what our contestants did. So they were to construct a circuit using the right components from the materials they had been provided with. In the computer circuit, they were to perform some tasks, which we have already enumerated, and then also answer related questions. If they were able to successfully complete the task, they would earn 10 points. And then based on the completion of the task, they answer the related questions. Rather, unfortunately, our contestants struggled to complete the task. And so, from their mistakes or their struggles, they had some answers to questions right. let me go through what the consultant expected. So the first part, as the switch 1 is closed with switch 2 and 3 opened, the LED would glow red in color. Closing switch 2 and opening switches 1 and 3, the LED glowed blue in color. C, closing switch 3 and opening switches 1 and 2, the LED will glow green in color. So in the above observations, 33 ohm resistance will oppose the current flow in the circuit, giving rise to the different color changes. So they were to put down these observations. In closing switch 1 and 2, it made the LED glow purple or violet, and then closing switch 1 and 3 made the LED to glow yellow. For this second part, if they were able to get it right, they would know that 63 ohms of resistance opposed the current flow in the circuit, resulting in the colors shown. In all of this, they were unable to do so satisfactorily. And so, Christ the King, in terms of the task, they came up with 3 out of 10, and then the questions, they had 1 right. And so 4 out of 20 for Christ the King. Woode Methodist JHS had a similar challenge. The related task, they had 3 out of 10, and then they answered 2 questions rightly. So they end up with 5 out of 20. Tessark did slightly better. The related task, they had 4 out of 10, and based on that, they were able to answer 6. They were able to provide answers that earned them 6 points. And so they ended this practical round with 10 out of 20. At the end of round 2, here are the scores. Woode Memorial Methodist JHS, 14 points. Christ the King Methodist JHS, 21 points. Tessark International School, 37 points. So at the end of 2 rounds of competition, Woode Memorial Methodist Church, 23 points. Christ the King Methodist JHS, 48 points. Tessark International School, 65 points. Before we start round 3, we have a couple of substitutions. Tessark International School, Pa Kweku would leave us, and Joseph will join us. Christ the King would also want to effect a substitution. Gadiel, Efriye would leave, and then Covenant will join us. Contestants, in this round, you have 30 seconds to give an answer. Think through very well. Provide 1 answer, 1 attempt only. I'll start with you, Woode Memorial Methodist JHS. A preamble to all schools. Preamble. Find the perpendicular height of a triangle, given its area A and base length B. Did you get it? Yours. Woode Memorial Methodist. A is equal to 35 centimeters squared, and B is equal to 5 centimeters. Into the microphone.
14 centimeters.
That is correct. Yours. Christ the King. A is equal to 48 centimeters squared, and B is equal to 3 centimeters.
$32 centimeters.
That is correct. Tessark International. A is equal to 91 centimeters squared, and B is 7 centimeters.
26 centimeters.
That is correct. Preamble. There are 20 white, 35 black, and 25 red balls in a bag. There are 20 white, 35 black, and 25 red balls in a bag. Woode Memorial. Find the probability of selecting at random a white or black ball from the bag.
Two over 9.
No. Christ the King.
11 on 14.
Not 11 on 14, 11 on 16. Christ the King. Find the probability of selecting at random a white or red ball from the bag.
Nine on 14.
Not 9 on 14. Tessark.
11 on 16.
No. It's 9 on 16. Your own question, Tessark. Find the probability of selecting at random a black or a red ball from the bag.
Three out of 4.
That is correct. A preamble. The perimeter of a rectangular plot of land whose length is, in one bracket, 2x plus 5 meters, and width, in another bracket, x minus 10 meters, is 62 meters. Find, so let me take it again. The perimeter of a rectangular plot of land whose length is 2x plus 5, in one bracket, meters, and width, x minus 10 meters, is 62 meters. Find the value of x. Woode Memorial. Find the value of x.
Four centimeters. 4 centimeters.
Not 4. Christ
12
the King.
centimeters.
12 is correct. Yours, Christ the King. Find the area of the plot. You've been bailed out for a bonus, Tessark.
58 meters square.
That is correct. Tessark, find the cost of weeding the plot at 0.40. Okay. Find the area of weeding the plot at 40 pesos per meter squared. At 40 pesos per meter squared.
$23 cedis, 50 pesos.
Not 23 cedis, 50 pesos. Yes, Christ the King.
23 cedis, 20 pesos.
That is correct. For the next set, you have 30 seconds. However, you tell me whether the statement I read is true or false. It is not transferable once an attempt is made. However, if no attempt is made, it is deemed available for a bonus. Woode Memorial Methodist JHS. 5 out of 7 is greater than 3 out of 5.
True.
That is a true statement. Yours, Christ the King. 8 out of 9 is less than 10 out of 11.
True.
That is correct. Tessark. 7 out of 8 is greater than 9 out of 10. Into the microphone.
True.
No, it's a false statement. The next set, also true or false, 30 seconds. If x squared minus 36 is equal to 0, then x is equal to 6. Woode Memorial Methodist JHS.
True.
No, it's a false statement. Yours. Christ the King. If x squared minus 9x is equal to 0, then x is equal to 3.
False.
That is correct. Tessark International School. Listen carefully. If x squared minus 25 is equal to 0, then x is equal to negative 5 if x is less than 0.
True.
That is correct. So let's test our bells. We have 6 more questions to end this round. That's the tossing round. Express. So let's check our bells. Woode Memorial. Tessark. Christ the King. Express 3.4 as a mixed fraction. Tessark.
3 whole number. 1 out of. Please, we have 3 whole number, 2 out of 5.
You were belled out 3 seconds. You had 1 out of. That's the first attempt. Who rang next? Woode Memorial.
34 out of 10.
Into the microphone.
34 out of 10.
No. Christ the King.
3 whole number, 2 on 5.
That is correct. The next one. Express 200 as a product of its prime factors.
5 exponent 2 times 2 exponent 2.
5
exponent 2 times 2 exponent 2.
You said 5. The first one I heard, I wanted to hear it clearly. 5 exponent 2 times 2 exponent 3. That's what you said at first. 2. Okay, that is incorrect. Yes.
2 power 3 times 5 power 2. 2 power 3 times 5 power 2.
That is correct. Find the exterior angle of a polygon. Find the exterior angle of a polygon with size 6.
60 degrees.
60 degrees is correct. Tessark, I will take the answer I hear first. So please, and to the rest of you, coordinate and give me an answer. The next one. The sum of 2 numbers is 34. One of the numbers exceeds the other by 12. Find the numbers. Tessark.
The numbers are 11 and 23.
That is correct. Given the vector A, 5, negative 12, find the length of 3A. Christ the King.
64.
No.
minus 36.
Wood. No, that is not correct. So I have here 39. The last one is a riddle. At any point, if you think you have an answer to any of the clues, you can ring and answer. I am a solid geometric figure. I am not a prism. My cross section is a circular face. Christ the King.
A cylinder.
No. My curved face area is pi. Yes.
A cone.
A cone is correct. And that ends the round. We'll go for a commercial break and end with round 4, the Best Brain Publications Limited Power Round.
Best Brain Publication is an educational publishing firm with an in-depth knowledge in the new standard-based curriculum. We deliver quality content by investing in authorial skills and editorial refinement. Our team of experts have meticulously developed books in all subject areas.
Yes, I did it!
Juju, how did you do it?
I used the best brain book to connect the computer.
Oh, that's my ball!
All our books rest on 6 broad core skills: creativity and imagination, student leadership, citizenship, critical thinking and problem solving, digital literacy, collaboration and communication. For preschool, we have literacy, numeracy, phonics and writing. For kindergarten, we have literacy, numeracy, our world and our people, creative arts, phonics, writing and picture reading. For basic 1 to 6, we have mathematics, science, English, our world and our people, computing, history, religious and moral education, creative arts, Asante Chi and Equiapim Chi. For basic 7, 8 and 9, we have mathematics, science, religious and moral education, social studies, creative arts, career technology and computing. And we also have questions and answers for all subjects. We have provided links and QR codes under the various topics in our books to link to the world and find out what other people are also learning. Contact us on 0507 200 200. Best Brain Publication. Tomorrow's education today.
So at the end of the 3rd round, here are the scores. Woode Memorial Methodist JHS, 5 points. Christ the King Methodist JHS, 19 points. Tessark International School, 25 points. After 3 rounds of competition, Woode Memorial Methodist JHS, 28 points. Christ the King Methodist JHS, 67 points. Tessark International School, 90 points. So the schools are balloted for which one of them will go first, second, and third, respectively, in the power round. The power round is brought to you by Best Brain Publications Limited. Contestants, 10 questions. You have 120 seconds to attempt all 10 questions. If you do not have an answer readily available for a question, clearly ask me to skip. If you still have time after we've exhausted the 10 questions, we'll come back and address those ones. Woode Memorial Methodist JHS. What is the name of Africa's first post-independence continental institution?
Skip.
Who is the Minister of Foreign Affairs?
Skip.
Which country did Ghana beat 5-0 in the 2026 World Cup qualifiers?
Chad.
Correct. In which region is the Kakum National Park located?
Ashanti region. Ashanti region.
No. The Wright brothers are associated with which invention?
The plane.
That is correct. Who was the vice president of Ghana from 7 January 2001 to 6 January 2009?
Skip.
In September 2024, how many political parties did the EC approve to contest the 2024 presidential elections in Ghana?
22.
No. In which quarter on the shield of the coat of arms is a cocoa tree positioned?
Third quarter.
Not that. What is the tallest mountain in Africa?
Mount Kilimanjaro.
Mount
Kilimanjaro.
Correct. Ghana is bordered to the east by which country?
Togo.
That is correct. What is the name of Africa's first post-independence continental institution?
African Union.
No. Who is the Minister for Foreign Affairs?
Shirley Akoto.
Not Shirley. Which country? Okay, you've had that one. In which region is the Kakum National Park located?
Cape.
Who was the vice president of Ghana from 7 January 2001 to 6 January 2009?
Skip.
In September 2024, how many political parties were approved to contest the 2024 presidential elections in Ghana?
18.
Not 8. 4. 4. Sure. Tessark, you are next to go. Same rules of engagement. In which country was the African Union officially launched?
Ethiopia.
Not Ethiopia.
South Africa.
Correct. Who is the Minister of Finance and Economic
Planning?
Correct. Which country did Ghana beat 3-0 in the 2020?
Madagascar.
Correct. In which region is the Mole National Park located?
Upper East region.
No.
Upper West.
No.
Mountain region.
No.
Savannah region. Savannah region.
Correct. Blaise Pascal is associated
Calculator.
with... Correct. Who was the vice president of Ghana from 7 January 2009 to 24th July 2012?
John Evans Atta Mills.
No. How many independent candidates were approved by the EC to...
2.
No.
3.
No.
4.
4 is correct. In which quarter on the shield of the coat of arms is a mine shaft position?
The lower left.
Not lower
Lower
left.
right.
Lower right-hand quarter. Correct. What is the tallest mountain in the world?
Mount Everest.
Correct. Ghana is bordered to the west by which country?
Côte d'Ivoire.
Correct. Who was the vice president of Ghana from 7 January 2009 to 24th July 2012?
Joy Mama.
Correct. They had all correct. Christ the King. How many independent African states met in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia to sign the charter that created Africa's first post?
33.
Not 33.
53.
No. Who is the Minister for Defense?
Skip.
What is the name of the newly appointed captain of the Black Stars?
Mohammed Kudus.
No. In which region will you find the Woode National Park?
Skip.
Thomas Edison is associated with which invention?
The light bulb.
Correct. Who was the vice president of Ghana from 6th August 2012 to 6th January 2017?
Honorable Emisata.
His Excellency Mr. Atta, I'll give it to you. Which political party did the flag bearer die before the 2024 presidential elections?
Skip.
In which quarter of the coat of arms is a sword and staff positioned?
The upper left.
The upper left is correct. What is the tallest mountain in Ghana?
Mount Afajato.
Mount Afaja, correct. Ghana is bordered to the north by which country?
Burkina Faso.
Correct. Which political party did the flag bearer die before the 2024?
Skip.
In which region will you find the Woode National Park?
The Eastern region.
No.
Savannah region.
Savannah region, I will take it. What is the name of the newly appointed captain of the Black Stars?
Jordan Ayew.
Jordan Ayew, correct. How many independent African states met in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia to sign the charter?
16.
Not 16.
54.
Not 54. Who is the Minister for Defense?
Skip.
Which political party did the flag bearer die before the 2024 presidential elections?
Skip.
Who is the Minister for Defense? So let me start with the answer you gave for the Woode National Park. It lies between Bono and Savannah region. That's why I accepted the Savannah region. So you had 6 questions correctly answered. The independent African states that signed the charter, 32. Dr. Omane Buama is the Minister for Defense. And then the Ghana Freedom Party, they lost their flag bearer. As for Tessark, you answered everything correctly. And then Woode Memorial, the Organization of African Unity, that is the first, not the African Union. Honorable Samuel Okujetu Ablakwa, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Kakum National Park, Central Region. His Excellency Aliu Mahama, he was the Vice President from January 7, 2001 to 6 January 2009. 9 political parties were approved to contest the 2024 presidential elections. Bottom left-hand quarter, that is where you find the cocoa tree positioned. At the end of the 4th round, Woode Memorial Methodist JHS, 8 points. Christ the King Methodist JHS, 12 points. Tessark International School, first school this year to score all points in the power round, 20 points. So at the end of the contest, Woode Memorial Methodist JHS, 36 points. Christ the King Methodist JHS, 79 points. And Tessark International School, 110 points. Tessark International School, very well done. You have booked your ticket to the semifinals. Work harder. I'll meet you in the semifinal. Woode Memorial Methodist JHS, very well done. Christ the King Methodist JHS. It's been a very exhausting journey. So give a round of applause to them. They've done really well to do 2 contests in this short period. Viewers will come your way with another set of contests in the 2025 edition of the Connect Western Best Brain competition. Stay tuned in. Don't flip your dial. My name is Albert Abebiu. I've been your quiz master.